Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to some of you and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. The first thing I want you gentlemen to understand that are in my audience normally is that this is to be shared with those who are not. The first thing I want you newbies to understand, if somebody has shared this link with you, is that you were chosen for someone to share this link with you because the sharer knows that nobody's told you this before or explained it to you. You're too good to run around validating strange women you don't know for any reason other than a skill, a talent, or an effort they have exerted, something within their voluntary control. And if you don't know them very well, that means there's no reason. I'm not saying that you need to show them hatred. I'm simply saying that validation, really any reaction at all, is something they should earn completely. When a woman goes and buys parts, a BBL, a chest enhancement, they're not buying, they're never buying these things to enhance a relationship in which they already are, unless the man is just able to both physically and financially hypnotize them. That would mean that he's got to be a total package, that it's not only rare for any human being to be, but it's so rare for anybody to be that women would not even know it's a total package if a man was one. I mean, women have such a hard time recognizing these when they find them because it's rare. And because subconsciously the women think that what they're asking for is unreasonable. And it is. They know this subconsciously. And so even when they find the total package, they think it's something must be wrong. Women don't buy these parts so that you will be in a relationship with them and you will stay. They're not even buying these parts for you to be with them. They're buying these parts only to enhance options, to enhance the attention that they get from men already. It's not about you. It's never about you. It's about the validation. It is about the ego boost. It is about being able to post pictures and put them online and have men say, "Ooh, wee, girl, you look good. Ooh, you fine, girl. I drink your bathwater." It's only about these things. The men that actually give these things to them are the men they can't respect. Once you do this, whether you know her in person or not, she cannot respect you anymore. It's impossible. You were chosen by your friend or your associate or acquaintance to get this link so that you would know, you would learn that there are a bunch of other guys, young and old, who have decided no more OnlyFans subscriptions. They will pay no more for these things. They will pay nothing, and they will not validate women. And it's not because they hate women. It is because they understand the value of validation to these women, juxtaposed to the women's negative evaluation of these men by default. These women are not buying these things so that they can stay with a man they like for years. They're buying these parts so that the men don't leave them, but they leave the men, and they can go to the next and go to the next and go to the next. They're buying these things just for options. Options are something women already have more than they need. Options are something men need more than they have. They're going and buying these body parts for the wrong reasons. Women will actually get married, refuse to lose weight, turn around, lose a husband, then lose weight after the husband. Have you ever noticed that women only start to lose weight and get in shape when they get divorced and they can't get the same attention? Have you noticed that? The men that married them and then said, listen, will you lose this or will you get in shape, are the ones for whom they will never do it. And then they lose these men. These men get out and they say, you know what, bye, gone, I'm out. You just gonna stay big forever. And she rolls her neck, mm-hmm. Then when he's gone, she starts looking, she realizes the house is silent, no more validation. And she can't get it because she stayed exactly the way that she stayed as that man told her to change that. Then she will go and change it just to get attention. She doesn't even want most of the men. She just wants the attention. And men must learn to deny women attention, even when these women are in excellent shape. It must be done. You may say, but I'm young, and yeah, well, how is that working out for you, validating him? How often does that actually get you the attention? How often do you actually get paid attention in return? You validate them, and you don't get it in exchange. Then they go on OnlyFans, so that in order to validate them, you got to pay to do it. Or some other social media platform that's the same thing. How often does it actually work out for you? If you were young and they will not pay you attention, then you've got two choices. You can be not paid attention and you still have your dignity. Or you could not be paid attention and you don't have your dignity trying to get it. The attention, I mean. And once you give up the dignity trying to get their attention, you can't get their attention anymore because you don't have the dignity. It's a lose-lose scenario. If you're sitting up and saying, but nothing's working, then that's not your fault. Just don't make it worse. You were chosen by the one who knows you and maybe loves you for them to share this link with you so that you would know that there are a bunch of other guys that are already doing it, so you would not be as alone as you might think you are. The tide is turning and it's shifting now. Whoever shared this link with you so that you could hear this did it so that you would not be on the losing end, because at this point, fewer and fewer and fewer men are giving them validation. And they're only learning to respect the men that don't validate them anyway, as much as they may want the validation. They can't respect the ones who give it. They're not capable of it. And so you started off like many other men. You weren't really that well respected by the ladies, but that made you normal. Now this is changing. It is shifting to where you will be fewer and fewer and fewer who are not respected by these women. And as you are fewer and fewer, not respected by them, this is what winds up being the case. You may have felt it and never told anyone that you felt that you were failing with women more than other men. You were not, but you will begin to fail with them more than other men if you continue on the path, because more and more men are getting off of this path of chasing and validating and trying and making an effort and complimenting and pursuing and wooing. They're getting off of this path. If you don't believe me, then go and ask how long it will take for you to get a passport renewed or a new one. If you don't believe me, then go into my comments underneath my other videos and see what these men are saying. See to whom I've referred before. Look at the feed on the right side and see what other videos come up, simply because you're now listening to this one. Go down that rabbit hole. Just type in Black Manosphere into YouTube's search box. Type in "don't approach her" as a hashtag. Don't validate her as a hashtag. Because understand this. When you treat them like celebrities, they treat you like fans. And their nature is very cat-like. When you do so much for a canine, the canine looks at all that you've done for her or him, and the canine then says that you must be great for all that you have done. And the canine becomes loyal. And the canine becomes attached. When you do so much for a cat, and this is a Muslim telling you this, we're not allowed to own dogs inside of homes. We're not supposed to have them even except for purposes of security or farming, some sort of task that they're supposed to be there for. Cats are clean. We're allowed to have them as pets and even in the home. But what I'm telling you is that when it comes down to the women, you must understand that they're more like cats, and that when you do for these cats, the cats look at all that you do for them, and then the cat says, well, wow, look at what all they've done for me. I must be great. And then the cat begins to merely love itself more. And that's what they're like. You must not do so much when you don't know them. Let them earn it. Let them earn everything from you that they would make you earn from them. Everything. And understand too that they're looking for reasons to disqualify men, so much so that they don't even have to buy the body parts to enhance their appearance to get this attitude and this idea. And you don't have to simp for them to judge you as a simp. They could simply be normal looking and you're being polite to them, and they can come to the conclusion that you are undervalued, that you are of a negative value, and that you are a simp, and that you are one of these men that's a fan. It can be as simple as that. So imagine when they bought body parts and you are validating them on a deep level, how much worse it gets. Stop it. Stop it. Make your compliments to any woman, whether you know her or not, strictly about something that they've done to earn it. That's it. I hope this message benefits you. And if you have never been told of any value that you have, then I am sorry. But today's the day you hear that message. There is no reason that you are of such a negative value that you owe it to any of them. To chase them down and validate them in ways for free, especially in ways and for reasons which they would never validate you, even if they wanted to. Thank you for listening. I hope that this has been of benefit. As always, black heart, black mind, black out. Assalamu alaikum, and black heterosexual, non-select male power just because they don't like it. And black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day. Thank you for flying with me on Jet Black Airways, where jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with me until the wings and the wheels fall off. Gender justice forever.